A very good morning to all of you. Welcome to ANB Exam Forum. So in Mission ISRO 2026 series, in today's session, we are going to cover the next section, that is quantitative aptitude for the exam that was held on 10th December 2023. In today's session, we are going to review 25 questions. The remaining 25 questions we will be providing in the part 2 of this particular class. So before proceeding, I would like to tell you that we have started our series Mission ISRO 2026, where we are providing various sessions on this particular exam. We have already released few of the videos, and in the upcoming days we are going to provide more videos for those who are preparing for this particular exam. Okay, so as usual, let's see what is the objective of today's session. As usual, we have two objectives for today's session. The first one is to review the questions which were asked in that particular exam. Accordingly, we are going to see what topic should we prepare based on these previous year questions. Okay, so these are the two objectives on which we are totally focused on. Okay, so let's see the question. So the question says, if the speed of a boat in still water is 20 km per hour and the speed of current is 5 km per hour, then the time taken by the boat to travel 100 km with the current is what? So student, this question belongs to topic called boat and stream, and in the last year we have seen 2 to 3 questions from this particular chapter as well. Okay, so like if you talk me about year 2016 and 14, we have not seen a single question from this topic, but last year we have seen 2 to 3 questions from this particular chapter itself. Okay, so let's try to solve it, what it is saying. So the speed of boat is 20 kilometers. So let me make it b is equal to 20 kilometer per hour, and the speed of current, I will make it as speed of the stream as 5 km per hour. Okay, so the question says, then what is the time taken by the boat to travel 100 km with the current? With the current, as you know, it is named as downstream, and downstream, as you know, it is b plus as. Okay, I'm not going into detail why it is b plus s, b minus s. Okay, I know all of you know about this particular chapter. I'm going to solve it quickly as much as possible. Okay, so downstream is basically the addition of boat and the stream. It become 25 km per hour. Okay, so you have the speed, you have the distance, you can calculate the time very easily. Time is equal to distance upon speed. So distance is 100, speed is 25, so it become 4 and the unit is hour. Okay, so option C is the right answer. Okay, a very simple one. Again, those who are new to quantitative aptitude and who have recently applied in this exam, okay, you just go back and refresh your quantitative aptitude chapters. Okay, let's see the next question. Bharti started a business with 18,000 rupees and Manju joined it afterward with 36,000 rupees. Find out after how many months did Manju join the business if profit were equally distributed at the end of the year. Okay, so student, this is again a new chapter that they have introduced in the recent year, that is partnership. Okay, a very simple one. Let's solve it. So Bharti started the business with 18,000. Okay, so I'm making it 18,000, and Manju joined it afterward with 36,000. So she has joined after few months. Okay, so that's what he is asking, after how many months did Manju joined. Okay, and if the profits were equally distributed. Okay, so let's make it annually because he is saying at the end of the year. So if this is for the annual, it is 18 into 12, 18,000 into 12, and the Manju contribution will be 36,000 into T. Time duration I don't know. Okay, since the profit were equally distributed, means the ratio will become 1 by 1. Okay, so we need to equate these two quantities. Okay, so just equate it, so you cancel out. So I am cancelling out 18 ones are 18, 18 2s are 36. So it become 12 is equal to 2t and t equal to 6 month. But this t is not the correct one. Why? Because he is saying after how many months. Okay, so after means this is the time duration for which Manju has joined. Okay, so you should subtract 12 minus 6, although it is coming same, but you should be very careful while solving this question. Okay, so it should be 12 minus 6. Suppose in case the factor is t is equal to 4, in that case your answer should be 8, but since it is 6, so if you subtract it from 6, the answer remains the same. Okay, so option D is the right answer. Again, like few of the student might ask me how you have solved this equation, why you have equated. Since it is only the reviewing part, I am not teaching quantitative aptitude, and there are many channels on the internet. You can just follow them. Okay, you will get to know why this is equated. Okay, so the agenda is very clear. We are going to see what question is asked, and we are going to solve the question as quickly as possible. Okay, the next, the ratio of income of 2 consecutive year is 2:3, and the ratio of expenditure is 5:9. Income of second year is this, and expenditure of the first year is this. Saving in both the year altogether is what? Okay, so you can see it is from the chapter ratio and proportion. Okay, so the ratio of income of 2 consecutive year is 2:3. Okay, so this is the income. Coming to the expenditure, the ratio is 5:9. Okay, so the income of second year is 45,000. Okay, so the income of second year is 45,000. So I'm making it a shortcut. So income of this is the second year, so income of second year is 5,000, so it is 15,000 times extra. Okay, so in that case you can deduce all the quantities. Okay, so since the income is 45,000, so the income of the first year would be 15 into 2, that is 30,000, and the expenditure for the first year, it again you need to multiply it with 15. Yes, okay, so it is 30,000, 25,000, and if you make the subtraction, it becomes 5,000. Okay, understood? Yes. Okay, so the answer for this question is 5,000. Again, like I have done the question very quickly, so you can ask me why you have done this. That is legitimate question. But anyhow, you should know how to solve this problem in the ratio chapter, right? Coming to the next question, again you can see it is from the boat and stream. So let's read the question and solve simultaneously. The speed of swimmer in the still water is 20 kilometers. So I can say B is 20 kilometers per hour, and at the rate of the flow of water in the river is 4 kilometers per hour. That is, stream is 4 kilometers per hour. Moving with the stream, as you know, it is downstream. When we add these two quantity B plus S, it become downstream. The swimmer went up to 120 kilometer. Okay, 124 kilometer. What distance will the swimmer during the same time against the stream? Okay, so you know B plus S is what? Downstream, so it become 24. So B plus S is 24, and Since it is going downstream, so you should know the time. Okay, so time duration would be 120 by 24, and it become how much? 5 hours. Okay, so time is 5 hours. Again, just you need to calculate the downstream, right? Okay, so what would be the B minus S? B minus S would be 16. Just subtract it. 20 minus 4 is 16, and you got the upstream value. You have the time duration, so you can calculate the distance. Distance equal to speed into time. Speed is 16, time is 5, so 16 multiplied by 5 is 80 kilometer. Okay, so 80 kilometer is the right answer. Again, this is not a quantitative aptitude class, but I'm trying to solve in my own way because I'm not good in teaching mathematics. Okay, so just a visual thing that how this question can be solved. Okay, so there are multiple ways. This is one of the way. Next question. A and B are running on a circular track of length 600 meter. The speed of A is 30 meter per second. The speed of B is 20 meter. They start from the same point at the same time in the same direction. How much time will they meet at starting point? Okay, so this question is basically belonging to HCF. Okay, so most of the people think that it is from the speed and distance, but it is from the HCF and LCM. Okay, how? Let us see. So there is a track. Okay, so A and B started simultaneously in the same direction with the track of 600 meters. So this track length is 600 meter, and the speed of A is 30, speed of B is 20. Okay, so you need to calculate the time at which they will meet at the starting point. Okay, so whenever like such question where the meeting should be happened, in that case we generally use the LCM. Okay, LCM of what? He is asking about the time, so you should take the LCM of the time duration of both A and B. So let's calculate the time duration. Time duration of A would be 600 divided by 30, it is 20, and similarly time duration for B is what? 20, it become 30 seconds. And if you take the LCM of these two, it would come 60 seconds. So 60 seconds, after 60 seconds they are going to meet once again. Okay, so 60 seconds is the right answer. Okay, let's see the next question. In a 100 meter race, Kamal defeat Bimal by 5 seconds. If the speed of Kamal is 18 kilometer per hour, the speed of Bimal is what? Okay, so this question is from speed and distance, and the topic is race. Okay, so first you need to very cautious about solving this question. So speed is given in kilometer per hour, and here time is given in second, and distance is meters. So you should convert everything into meter. So first let's convert this speed into meter per second. So as you know, the basic way is to convert by multiplying 5 by 18, so it become meter per second. Okay, so it become 5 meter per second. The speed we got it. So let's calculate the time duration for which Kamal can complete the race. So time duration for the Kamal will be 100 divided by 5, it become 20 second. Okay, so 20 second Kamal is able to complete his race. What about the Bimal? So Kamal defeat Bimal by 5 seconds, means Bimal took 5 seconds more, so time duration for the Bimal would be 25, right? So since he got defeated by 5 seconds, so time for Bimal is 25 seconds. And speed, as you know, it is very simple. Just you need to divide this time by 100, so it become 4 meter per second. But in option all are in kilometer per second. Again you need to convert, so conversion is very easy. You need to convert by multiplying 18 by 5, and if you solve it, it is very simple. It is 14.4 kilometer per hour. Okay, so option B is the right answer. So question is very simple, but you need to be very cautious while solving because it involves the conversion also. Okay, let's see the next question. It is from the category percentage and ratio. Percentage. Okay, so there are two numbers are respectively 20% and 50% more than the third number. Okay, so we have two number 1 2 3. Okay, so I am taking the third number as 100. Okay, so B is like two numbers. The second number is 50% more, so 50% of 100 is 50, so it become 150. Similarly, 20% more means it become 120. Okay, so the ratio of these two numbers are inverse, so we need to calculate the ratio of these two numbers. So you calculate it, it is become 3 by 5. Okay, sorry, 4:5. 3 4s are 12, 3 5s are 15. Okay, 4:5 is the correct answer. Okay, let's see the next question. 6,000 becomes 7,200 in 4 years at certain rate of simple interest. Okay, so this question belongs to category simple interest. If the rate become 1.5 time of itself, the amount of the same principal in 5 years will be what? Okay, so 6,000 becomes 7,200 in how many years? 4 years. Okay, so what is the difference between these two? It is 1,200 interest he got in 4 years. So for a single year he got the interest of 300 years. So this is nothing but your simple interest per annum. Okay, so he is getting simple interest in 1 year. So in order to calculate the rate, very simple. So rate is what? 300 divided by the principal into 100 per. Okay, so it become 3 to 20, it become 5%. Okay, so 5% is the rate of interest. So what the question says that the rate become 1.5 times of itself. So 1.5 times means multiply of 5%. 1.5 time of 5 is what it becomes? It becomes 7.5%. Okay, so what would be the amount in 5 years at this particular rate of interest? A very simple one. So let's calculate the new SI. New SI is 6,000 into rate is what? 7.5 into for 5 years divided by T. So if you calculate it, T is what? 5 years and by 100, sorry. So if you calculate it, I will calculate it very fast. 7.5 6.7, so it become 2250. Okay, so 2250 is a SI and amount he is asking about amount. So 6,000 plus 2250, it become 8250. Okay, so option B is the right answer. Okay, again I'm repeating once again that I'm not going to tell you how these steps are evolved and how these steps are computed. Okay, our main objective is to see how questions are asked and what are the topics which are asked in the exam. Okay, the next question. A man rode 27 kilometer with the stream and 15 kilometer against the stream. Okay, so again we have seen the third question from boat and stream. Okay, so let's solve it. So a man rode 25 kilometer with the stream. With the stream means what? It is downstream. So downstream is what? B plus S. It is 27 kilometer in taking, it is taking 4 hours, so divided by 4. Okay, so it becomes 6.75. Okay, similarly for the downstream it is B minus S. It become 15 divided by 4, it become 3.75. okay, and you need to find out the rate. So these there are two equations, so just you need to subtract. So if you subtract it, this got cancelled, it become 2s. Okay, 2s is equal to the addition of these, subtraction of these number. Okay, so it become 3. So s is equal to 3 by 2, that is 1.5. 1.5, yeah, option A is the stream rate at which it is flowing. Okay, the next question, find the remainder when 5n is divided by 10. Okay, although this question seems to be very difficult, but it is very easy. It belongs to category called number system. Okay, number system. So student, in such question, what you can do, you can do the induction method. Okay, so what does induction method stand? It says you start with some number, n is equal to 1, n is equal to 2, n is equal to 3. So when n is equal to 1, 2, 3, let's see what is 5n. 5n is 5. 5 5s are 25, 5 3s are 5 power 3 is 125. Okay, so when you divide each and every term by 10, what remainder you got? You always get 5 as a remainder. Okay, so this option A is the right answer. Okay, let's see the next question. There are 3 numbers of way to reach A and B and 4 number to reach B and C. What is the percentage of ways to reach A to B and total number of ways to reach A to C? Okay, so A, B, there are 3 ways, 1, 2, 3, and from B to C there are 4 ways, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you need to calculate the total number of ways to reach A to C. Okay, A to C. So you can do simply multiplication of these 2 numbers, or you can calculate manually also. 3 into 4. Okay, how? First way, so this way, these are the 4 options. For the second way, these are the 4 options. For third, there are the 4 options. Okay, so 3 into 4 means there are 12 ways to reach from A to C. Okay, so you need to calculate the number of way to reach A to B to the total number of ways to reach A to C. A to B is 3, A to C is 12. Percentage you need to calculate a very simple one, and it will become 25. Okay, so 25 is the right answer. 3 ones are 3, 3 fours are 12, 3, this become 25%. Yes, 25% is the right answer. Let's see the next question. It is from the category discount, profit and discount. Okay, Rudra goes to a shop to get encyclopedia costing this is the amount. If the shopkeeper offered 4 discount option to Rudra, which option choose to get maximum discount? Okay, so you need not to solve this question based on this particular value. Okay, from the percentage itself you can get the answer. Okay, so this is basically the question related to successive percentage. Okay, successive percentage formula is very easy. A plus B minus AB divided by 100. Okay, so this will be the effective percentage. Okay, so if you calculate for each and every option, for example, for the first 2 consecutive, 15 percentage minus 15 into 15 divided by 100. Okay, so you will get approximately how much? 15 30 30 minus 225 by 100. So 100 is what? 2.25. So it become 27.75. Okay, so effectively you are getting 27.75 in the first option. Okay, similarly if you calculate for these two as well, and this is straight away 30%, so straight away 30% will be maximum out of these 4 options. Okay, so you can simply calculate for 20 and 10 also. 20 plus 10 is 30. 30 minus 200 by 100, it become 28. For this option it is 28%, again less than 30. Next one, 20 plus 12 is what? 32 minus 2.40, it become 29 point something. It is again less than 30, so 30% is the right answer. Let's see the next question, student. One thing I would like to tell you that you should go for the mensuration formula and all the concept, because from this chapter you will get 4 to 5 questions itself. Okay, so it is very scoring subject, although people generally tend to ignore this chapter, but I recommend you to study this chapter. Okay, so the question says the find the radius of a circle inscribed in a triangle whose sides are this. Okay, again, if you know the formula you can solve this question, otherwise you have to skip this question. Okay, so the question says there is one triangle and the circle is inscribed in it. Okay, you need to calculate the radius and the sides are given. Okay, so normally such type of question, the triangle is generally a right angle triangle. You can confirm it. Okay, normally in exam right angle triangle is given. Okay, so if you calculate 8 square plus 15 square, it will become the square of 17, that is 289. Okay, 64 plus 225, it become 289, which is square root of 17. Okay, so this is basically the right angle triangle. Okay, so for right angle triangle there is a straight formula. Okay, straight formula is what? Perpendicular plus base minus hypotenuse divided by 2. Okay, so straight away you can calculate the radius. Okay, so perpendicular is what? Perpendicular is your you can take any length in fact. Okay, so perpendicular, if you make it a triangle, okay, the highest one will be this hypotenuse. Perpendicular you can take anything 15 or 8. Okay, so 8 plus 15 minus 17, okay, divided by 2. Okay, so it becomes 6 by 2. 6 by 2 is what? 3 centimeter. Okay, so option C is the right answer. Okay, understood? Again, you should, if you know the formula, then only you can solve this question. Otherwise there is no point in attempting such questions. Okay, the next question. The question says the edges of rectangular box are in ratio this and the surface area is this. What is the volume of the box? Again, a very simple one. If you know the formula, you can easily answer this question. Okay, so the edges of rectangular box are in ratio 1:2:3. Okay, so say I am making it as 1x, 2x and 3x. Okay, so if you know the surface area of rectangular box, okay, rectangular box means cuboid. Okay, so the cuboid surface area is, as you know, twice of length into breadth plus breadth into height plus height into length. So you need to multiply these things. Okay, so it become 2x square plus 6x square plus 3x square. Okay, and if you solve it, it will become 6 7 8 8 9 10 11 22x square, and the value is 88. So x square is equal to 4, x is equal to 2. Okay, x is equal to 2. What is x? X is the value. Okay, so what will be the length, breadth and height? So it will become 2 4 6. Okay, what will be the volume? 6 4s are 24. 24 into 2 is what? 48. Okay, so 48 is the right answer. Okay, this question belongs to number system or surd and indices, you can say. Okay, numbers. Okay, so let's solve it. A very simple one. If you know how to calculate the square root, it is very easy. Okay, so root 12, since it is not the properly factorized, you factor it and make it in the form of prime numbers. Okay, so let's make it. So 12 is what? 12 is 4 into 3. I will make it factor plus 147. If you make a factor, I will make it simply 49 into 3. Okay, so if you separate it, it will become 2 by 2 root 3 and it become 7 root 3. The total it will become 9 root 3 and here it is 9 root x. Okay, so x will, but it is 3. Okay, very simple one. X is 3. Let's see the next question. Okay, so this question is from the category algebra. So again, if you know the formula, you can solve this question very quickly. So we have seen square of 3 terms. Okay, we have seen this term as well as this term. So if you know the square of the 3 values x, y and z, if you know the formula, or you can solve it also, there is no big deal. Okay, x square plus y square plus z square plus what, 2xy plus yz plus zx. Okay, and he has given the value of these 3 number, it is 69 and xyz is 13, so 13 square plus this remaining portion. Okay, if you solve it, 169 minus 69, it is 100 equal to 2 and this factor, so it is 50 upon this factor. And if you see xy plus xz plus zy, so it is nothing but the remaining factors. Okay, so the answer for this question is 50, a very simple one. But again, you need to have a thorough revision of all the formulas for your exam. The next question, in a zoo there are rabbit and pigeons. If the heads are counted 200, if legs are counted there are 580, how many pigeons are there? Okay, so I will make it rabbit as R, pigeon as P, and if heads are counted, so first you need to understand rabbit has 4 legs. Okay, so I will make 4, and pigeons have 2 legs, and head, all of us knows they have single head. So if heads are counted, there are 200. Okay, so if heads are there, means only one category is there, so R plus P will be 200. And if legs are counted, these are 580. Okay, so it has 4 legs, so 4R, and it has 2 legs, so 2P equal to 580. Again, a simple equations, two variable. If you solve it, you will get 2R is equal to 180 and R become 90, and if R is 90, the P is 180. Okay, 110, sorry, P is 110. Why? Because 200 minus 90 is 110. So option A is the right answer. The next question, this question, like if you see it, like 4 power 29 and 4 power 38. Again, for such question, you should know the concept. Okay, and if this I will mark is very star. Like if you don't know, don't bother too much. Okay, this are such type of question where examiner is trying to trap your time. Okay, so if you don't know such type of question, you better to skip and try to focus on other question. Okay, so anyhow, those who are interested, they should know that whenever like the HCF of these type of number, okay, like I will make it if 4 is A, okay, A powered something like A power M and minus 1 and A power N minus 1, the HCF is what? It is the HCF A power HCF of M and N itself. Okay, so A power, what is the HCF of 29 and 38? Okay, if you calculate it, it become 4 power 5 minus 1. Okay, 4, and the answer for this question, it is 4 power 9 minus 1. Okay, but like we did some mistake. 38 HCF of 38 minus 1. I think this question is quite wrong. Okay, so this numbers we need to check it. Okay, so just you see the question paper, but the formula remains the same, a power HCF of m minus mn minus 1. Okay, so this power, I think there's some issue. Just go back and check the question. Okay, the next question, one of the easiest question in this question paper. Okay, very simple one. It is from the chapter decimals, I can say, like 7th grade or 8th grade. Okay, solving such type of question, the only thing is that you need to align this period or the dot. Okay, so if you align it, you will get the answer 0.212121. Okay, so you can see like how he has arranged, all of are having at the separate position. So if you add it, the answer would be a very simple one. I'm not even expected to solve this question. A very simple one, right? The next question, the volume of right circular cylinder. Again, it is from the chapter mensuration. Again, I am telling you to focus on the formula. Okay, just refresh your formulas, what you have studied till now. Okay, for any exam, it will be beneficial for this exam also. So the volume of right circular cylinder, that sphere are equal and radii are also equal. If the height of cylinder is h, the diameter of sphere is d. Which of the following relation is correct? Okay, so volume of the right circular cylinder is what? Pi r square h, and the sphere is, you know, it is 4 by 3 pi r cube. A very simple one. So pi got cancelled, r square got cancelled, so you have 3h is equal to 4r, but he is expecting the answer into diameter. So radius is what? Diameter by 2, so it is 3h is equal to 2d. Okay, 3h is equal to 2d. Option D is the right one. A very simple one. The next question, it is from the DI, but a very simple one. Okay, so what the question says that the performance of football team for the 7 tournaments. So there are 7 tournament a team has played in a year. So we need to tell the overall win percentage. So win percentage is very easy. You calculate the total number of wins. So if you calculate summation of all the matches won, it will become 29, and the total number of matches played, it will become 50. Okay, so 29 by 50 into 100, that's it. Okay, so it become 58%, right? So a very simple DI question. Again, if the problem in the exam seems to be difficult one, you try to ignore such questions. The next question, I think we are left with the 3 questions. So we have till now solved 21 questions. So 22nd question is this one. So again, it is from the partnership. Okay, so there are 3 partners, A, B, C. So A, B, C are 3 partners. A as manager gets 1/10 of the total profit. Okay, understood. Okay, and the remaining profit was divided among the 3 in ratio of their investment. Okay, if the share of A is 3, 6, 10, what is the find the share of B and C? Okay, so let me make profit as P. So let's see it. Okay, so A will get profit of 1/10. 1/10 is what? 0.1 of the profit, which total profit gained by these 3%. And the remaining is what? 1 minus 0.1, that is 0.9 of the profit remaining will get. Okay, so the next part is you need to find the ratio of these 3 things. Okay, so if you calculate the ratio will become 3:5:6. Okay, and if you calculate the ratio or the proportion, for A is 3 divided by the summation of these three numbers. Again, why these three numbers are added, it is beyond the scope of today's session. Okay, so 3 divided by 14 into what the total profit which we get, it is 0.1 of P. Okay, 0.9. okay, 0.9. why 0.9? Because it is distributed from the other person. Okay, so it will become 2.7 P divided by 14, and the remaining is his share, that is 0.1 P, and total what he got is 369. Okay, so you have converted everything from the A perspective. Okay, A, this is the individual profit he get as a manager, this is the share what he got from the remaining portion. Okay, so if you solve it for P, you will get 1260. So profit is 1260, and for the other, if you calculate for B and C, it will come 405 and 486. Okay, so student, this question it is very simple, but it is very time consuming, and it can give you problem while taking the values. Okay, so you should be very cautious in solving such question. Okay, coming to the 23rd question. The mark price of an article is 10% higher than the cost price. A discount of 10% is given on the mark price. In this kind of sale, the seller bear what? Okay, so 10% higher is given from the cost price, and a discount of 10% is given. Okay, again a successive case. So you can see 10, what we have seen, minus, because we have to multiply this, so the plus minus is minus. 10 into 10 is 100, 100 divided by 100, so it become 1. So 10 minus 10 is what? 0, so minus 1%, so it will be loss of 1%, right? So a simple one, so option D is the right answer. Let's see the next question. It is from the question allegation and mixture. Allegation and mixture. Again, we have seen 2 to 3 questions from this particular chapter. Okay, so the question says that 300 gram of sugar solution has 40% of sugar in it. Okay, so let's calculate how much gram of sugar is present in this particular sugar solution. Sugar solution is what? Sugar plus water is your sugar solution, just remember. Okay, so 40% of sugar is in it, so 40% of sugar in total solution is 300 gram, so there is 120 grams of sugar in this particular sugar solution. Okay, how much sugar should be added to make it 50%? Okay, so 120 is there. Okay, we want to add some sugar in it, so 120, I am adding some sugar, some gram of sugar. Okay, so solution will become what? 300 plus x, because if I am adding in the sugar portion, solution will also become increased. Okay, and it will become 50 by 100, that is 50%. Okay, and you need to solve it. 15 to 240x, and it become 300 plus x, so 300 minus 240 is become 60. Okay, so the answer for this question is 60. Okay, 60 gram, if you add it, and the solution become 50% by 40%. Okay, the next question, it is the last question, I hope, for the today's session. It is from the compound interest. Okay, compound interest. So if n is the compound interest on this, okay, on this means this is your principal, and this is your time, this is your rate. When compounded quarterly, then which of the following is correct? Okay, so which of the following is correct? Let's calculate the compound interest. Okay, because he is saying in term of n. N is what? Compound interest. So the formula, as you know, compound interest is what? P 1 plus r by 100 by this time duration. And since this is the formula of amount, and if we subtract sorry, this should be here, sorry for my writing, p minus 1. Okay, so you are basically subtracting principal from the amount. Okay, just put the values. P is what? 10,000. Okay, and rate is what? 4. So we know that when it is compounded quarterly, so it will become 4 by 4, that is 1, and time will become for instead of 1 year it become 4 year, minus 1 for this particular bracket. Okay, I'm not going to solve it. So n will become greater than 400. Okay, since this is power of 4, and if you see 10 power 4 will be there, so 1 2 2 4 will already be eliminated. Okay, so around it will be around 406. Okay, so it will be greater than 400. Okay, so we have seen 25 questions from the quantitative aptitude. I know I have not explained the questions very well, but I've tried to explain you from the best of my knowledge, and I told you the best way to solve these questions. Okay, we'll bring a new session on quantitative aptitude part 2. Remaining 25 questions we'll see in the further session. And if you have anything to say, you can write in our comment box. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.